and welcome to my urban vegetable garden with some fruit as well. I've written about it, I've taken pictures of it, shown you on Instagram, but now I thought I'd give you a bit of a walking tour to show you what I do year-round. To start with, we are in a kind of an awkward corner, but that's because I wanted to give you a glimpse of this giant ancient grapevine. I'll show you some more later, but it covers a large part of my property. You'll see. Also, not super attractive, but it's a key cornerstone in our gardening, is my garden tumbler. My husband made it for me. It flips the compost around as I put it in, and it speeds up the process of decomposition, giving me really great compost every 4 or 5 months, I would say. It's amazing, and a good garden starts with good soil, so this is where it all begins. Now, let's show you some more. Okay, first off in the garden tour is my potato patch. And you can see in the background is a bamboo and twine garden trellis that I'm building for some cucumbers. Now, if you didn't know, potatoes grow up from the ground and you bury the stalks as they grow. The more that you can bury the stalks as they grow, the more of a harvest you're gonna get. You can kind of pretty much bury them in anything as long as the soil is good when they start. You can just use yard waste, depleted soil, leaves, and hay to bury the stalks. I've actually run out of all those things. I might have to go buy some straw if I want to continue growing my harvest. Ideally, I would like to bury the stalks right up to the sides here, so I've got a couple inches to fill. If I don't get my hay, they're starting to flower. I'll let them flower, turn yellow, die back down, and then I don't know, we'll see what the harvest will be. I haven't done it this way before, so I'll have to show you what the harvest is later on in the season. Now this part of the garden is probably what you've seen on my Instagram. I love it. I spend most of my time here. I set the beds up this year with a sprinkling hose system, so I don't have to be on the ball every morning watering as much. I still need to water in patches where the pressure doesn't quite reach. I also do a system over the last couple of years where I rotate the different types of vegetables through the beds. Like I'll plant peas after tomatoes, that kind of thing, to replenish nutrients back into the soil. Let me give you a little bit of a close-up here. This is a determinate tomato plant. It's only going to grow maybe about 4 feet high, and I believe this variety is Celebrity. Just a big good sandwich variety of tomatoes. Here I have my cherry tomatoes, which are indeterminate, means that they're gonna just keep growing up. I've had these plants grow up to 10 feet tall and really produce more than I can eat, which is why I've learned to do a lot of food preservation techniques, like drying cherry tomatoes, making salsa, sauce, and of course, giving them away to neighbors. Here is some garlic that, as you can see, I just pulled up to today. It's pretty much ready to harvest, so after this video, I'm going to be harvesting and drying this little garlic patch here. And then, after the garlic, I'll be planting some basil, because tomato and basil go together really, really well, and apparently the flavor of basil growing next to tomatoes actually improves the flavor. This is my spinach patch, which I mostly cleared out yesterday because, as you can see, these ginormous spinach plants are going to flower, and that means that the flavor of the spinach leaves is starting to turn quite bitter, and it's no longer that great for eating. This row here, I'm actually going to still harvest the leaves, and I will be drying them and grounding them into powder, or blending them and freezing them to be added into sauces and soups. So it's still got lots of nutrients and I can make use of it. These two plants here, I might prop them up. I'm gonna let these spinach plants, I'm going to let go completely to seed, and then I'll be harvesting the seeds for planting next year because I had a really, really good harvest this year. It was quite amazing. Okay, these little plants. This is the beginning of my cucumber patch. Once the spinach leaves are gone and all harvested, I will be setting up a cucumber trellis for pickling cucumbers to grow up on. Here's the little sprouts. They're gonna get about twice as tall, and then I'm gonna be actually really thinning it out quite a bit to maybe about 4 or 5 main plants. And we are gonna get a ton of cucumbers off of that. I make enough pickles for presents, and it lasts us all year, as many as we can eat. Oh, there's a car. That's the joy of an urban garden. Flowers. I plant wildflower varieties mixed in with all my vegetables throughout the year for pollinators to attract beneficial insects, and it looks pretty too. I have some more determinate tomatoes. These ones are Roma tomatoes. Again, they'll grow about 4 feet tall, and they will give me a harvest that produces enough to make ketchup and tomato sauce for the whole year for my family, actually. It's quite amazing. Now this patch, you've got snap peas, which are producing really well right now. And I've got some green beans growing down here in bushes. They'll be coming out in a few weeks. And a couple strawberry pots, just because. This patch actually had tomatoes last year, which are very big feeders, and they deplete the soil of nutrients. So I planted these peas and beans, not because my family likes them, because my family doesn't, I do, but primarily just to give the ground a rest and to put nutrients back into the soil. And all the free beans and peas aren't a bad thing either. I'm very creative with it. And finally, my strawberry patch. I just harvested yesterday, so I've got a few that need to ripen. And that one looks good. And I've put netting it over it this year because the birds finally found my strawberries and, of course, go crazy. Oh, and as you can see right there, that little line, that's cilantro. So really attracts good pollinators to the garden, repels some insects, and tastes delicious. I always tuck herbs along the sides of my beds. All right, let's keep going. Now this doesn't look that pretty. This is my grapevine. It's out of control. I pruned it back quite hard actually last year, but this is how it grows out and over our whole carport and also our shed. And like I said, I get 120 pounds of grapes, if not more. I make wine from it, which again is enough for me the whole year. My husband doesn't drink, and Christmas presents. I also make some really yummy green grape jelly. And if I've got a few left over, sometimes I'll make raisins too, but that's actually quite labor intensive. So wine and jelly it is. And finally, here is my raspberry patch, which is starting to ripen. I can hardly wait to see what kind of harvest I get. This will probably be the first year that I get a substantial harvest. The canes aren't only a couple of years old, but they're really well established and they're just growing like crazy right now. And you can also sort of see some more of my insane grapevine right there. Now, interestingly, this is actually the neighbor's yard. They're on the other side of the fence here. However, I give them produce and I mow their lawn for use of this little corner. It works out pretty well. I love it, they love it, and it's a great way to connect with your neighbors. So if you don't have the room, maybe someone next door does. And that, my friends, is a quick tour of my urban vegetable garden. Different varieties of vegetables grow at different times during the year, so it's always working. There are some varieties of wintergreens that will grow almost year-round here, so I can keep planting, keep rotating those crops, making my own compost and supplementing the soil, and it works great and so much fun. Now, I've got to go and do some preserving inside the house to try and save that amazing harvest. Spinach right now being the thing that's coming in, so time to dry some spinach, trying to blend some spinach, and to keep us all healthy, happy, and growing all year round.